that Kuma Backstory is gonna hurt. And I can feel it coming on the horizon. I was supposed to make this video further back, possibly around 10. It was supposed to be around 1064, 1063, around the 1060s. Around the 1060s, I was supposed to make this. But at the time of this, we're at 1066, I believe, and it hasn't happened yet. But I feel it on the horizon, and also because of what just happened in the recent chapter, I can feel the pain that is going to come from this backstory. And I don't know if I'm ready for it. And thinking back, I felt that I can almost feel his pain through their first meeting now, seeing as Bonnie is his child and possibly his backstory and how it could have been skewered by the world government, calling him a tyrant. So where can I start? So in the flashback we see with Bonnie and him holding her as a child, we see that he is in some sort of a cult. Whether that could be the freedom fighters or he has a past of being a priest. As we know, he carries around a Bible, and he's assumed to be religious, and we're getting a lot more of him and why he wanted to be programmed to save the Straw Hat ship. And now that we're knowing more about Vegapunk at the time, right now, it's leading into that. And Bonnie, his daughter, is here with us. It's on the horizons, and it's gonna be paired with the O'Hara flashback as well. So this is gonna be a heavy arc. I'm just trying to prepare for it. And his race is supposed to be mentioned, that he is some type of race, whether that be Lunarian, Oni, I thought of, or Giant, or is he an old new race? Possibly even from the moon. Okay, I that just came up out of nowhere, but okay. Because we don't know if he was human completely before, or I don't think we have that information just yet. But he was a cyborg when we first were introduced to him. And I kind of think there was potential blackmail for him to be used as such a prominent cyborg and device for the war government. Maybe he had to give something up. Maybe his race is probably very important into why he was used in these ways because of the world government. But as we know now, a year after, or somewhat in the same year that the O'Hara incident happened, the Revolutionary Army was created. So that was about 28 years ago, they said, or 22 years ago. Where 22 years ago, it was 22 years ago. Yes, my apologies. Where that's when the Revolutionary Armies was founded at that time. And we know the relationship between the revolutionaries and Vegapunk and Kuma. But the question still springs up as to why he was, and even Frankie mentions in the chapter, why was he, so souped up that way, and why was he protecting the Straw Hat ship? And it's just, yeah, Straw Hats are really amazing. They're so wrapped around this story, saved time and time again. And it's gonna be a huge payoff for this, especially being in the final saga. And even in this recent chapter, 1066, we know that O'Hara's knowledge is on Elbeth. Just we're almost there. We're almost there. So it kind of springs up the question back to Kuma of what were the stakes for him to be a cyborg? You know, why is he being used by the government to be cloned so much? What does he hold, and why is he so durable, and why are pacifistas and, you know, some of these cops on Vegapunks on Egghead are modeled after Kuma? And why is the Seraphim of Kuma acting up? And why did he have to give himself up? And the words always mentioned by people that know him, and it's kind of getting to me that they always mention him as gentle. And we can see young Bonnie and Kuma, and he looks gentle. He looks really loyal. And it kind of brings my mind to I pray that he's good again, you know. Last time we seen him, he was with Dragon now, and they were trying to talk to him, and, you know, he answers with, "Yes, master." Wow. But also RIP to everyone who's fallen, and even himself, because he's probably not coming back. As he said 2 years ago, we'll probably never meet again. And it just kind of hurts too, knowing like this phrase of the best and good people always get used and abused. And I feel like this is a very strong phrase to use in the case of Kuma, where they always mention him as gentle, and the government says he's a tyrant, he's a evil king. Because we know now he was a king of the Sorbet kingdom, but we don't have any traces of anyone saying that he was a bad king at all. And Bonnie goes to attack Jinbei whenever they're talking about this, where Jinbei knows what the government had said, but Bonnie knows who he really is. And, you know, the revolutionaries know him as gentle and kind and compassionate. And from Thriller Bark, something I wanted to mention as well too, where it's just a crazy thing that I want to talk about really quick, is that he was able to pull pain from, you know, Luffy, but it feels a lot because it feels like he probably hasn't pulled the pain from himself. You know, he probably couldn't even feel it after that point. But it's just a lot that he can pull that out of other people. But what about himself? You know, so with that, those are in those ways that we seen him back then. We can see that he was also gentle and kind. You know, even before he fully changed over. And it's gonna hurt really trying to know everything that went on with him and who Kuma really is. I'm very excited to when it happens and where we're going. I'll probably make an Egghead video, or whenever Egghead reaches his final points, or if something really big happens, because a lot of what's going on right now we do know, but if we get something even bigger, I'm gonna make something for sure. But at the time of this right now, who knows? We we haven't got the full Kuma backstory yet. And there is a chapter this week, so I could be shooting myself, but who knows? Whenever it happens, this is going to be out by that time, or it'll be out. But I'm just ready to know what really happened to Kuma, and if Kuma's going to be all right. But in any way I slice it, it's going to hurt. And just let's be prepared for what we're going to get with this. Yeah. So that's y'all. It's been chosen, and I'm going to be out. Talk to y'all later.